Hi friends, today I want to show you these ornaments I made using these wood browns stained with some watered down brown paint from the Dollar Tree, using epoxy resin that is tinted with mica powder and some ink, and sealed with a final top coat of epoxy resin, then using a sheer ribbon also from the Dollar Tree as the hanger. Now originally I was going to give these out as gifts, but I made several mistakes when I was making these. You'll see these mistakes as I go along, but I still wanted to show this to you and share it with you in case you wanted to try this process for yourself. The first thing I did was I took this wood round, and you can use any kind of a wood tool for this, or you can use a knife. Just be very careful. I ended up using just a screwdriver on these because this wood is very, very soft and it's easy to carve out. Just start by making your first cut into the wood, and then you can go from there and decide what kind of a pattern you want to do on this, and just simply scoop out that wood little by little. Like I said, it's very, very soft wood. It's easy to scoop out. Now, as you can see here, I did push a little too hard in one place and I made a little hole in the ornament. That's perfectly fine. All you have to do is lay it down on some wax paper, take some wood glue, and cover up that hole. Let it dry overnight, and you won't have any problems at all putting that resin within that place that you've carved on the wood ornament. And by the way, this wood glue also came from the Dollar Tree. Now here I am taking a small paintbrush and dipping it directly into the mica powder and putting it into the pattern that I've carved on the wood ornament. It doesn't matter what kind of resin that you use. You can use regular resin. I use regular resin from the Dollar Tree on the green ornaments. On this pink one here, however, I'm trying the UV resin, but the results are really about the same, so I don't think it makes a difference. In this case, I'm putting the mica powder in and the ink in directly to the ornament. In the green ones, I mixed it in with the resin from the Dollar Tree and then poured it in with an eyedropper. This has been a learning experience for me. Like I said, I made a lot of mistakes on these ornaments, and I have a lot of ideas to make it a better project, but I don't really have time to work on it now that the holidays are getting closer, so I'm going to put this project aside. However, I wanted to show it to you because I think in general you could really make some pretty ornaments out of these. But I wanted to share it with you anyway, just in case you have better ideas. Y'all are really creative, so I thought maybe that some of you could make this and come up with some better ways to embellish it and make it a nicer gift-worthy ornament. Now, I'm still going to put these on my tree because I still think they're pretty. I just have better ideas for them in the future. Now here I am just putting the ink in directly into the ornament. And I know it looks kind of funny right now, but once you put that resin in there, it's going to bring out the golds and the mica and the shimmer in it. So don't worry about that. Like I said, we're using UV resin for this ornament, but I did use the regular resin from the Dollar Tree on the green ornaments that you'll see at the end of the video. Now, of course, if you use the UV resin, you will have to have a light to cure the resin. I just wanted to see what the difference would be, but I really didn't see much of a difference between the UV resin ornaments and the ones I did with the mixing resin. Also, be sure to wear gloves when you're working with this resin. It's very, very sticky. Now, as I'm putting this resin in there, you're going to see those golds and the mica and the colors all mixed together and make a beautiful, beautiful variation throughout the design. Now, I should have left the design alone and went ahead and just put a top coat of the resin on there and cure it the way it is. But at the last minute, I decided that I wanted to see what it would look like if I put the design all over the ornament instead of carving out a design and putting it into just part of the ornament. At this point, I just decided to experiment and put it all over the ornament, and I regretted doing that as soon as I did it. Now, I don't hate this design, and it still does look really, really pretty on the ornament, but I do like the unique shape that I had carved into the ornament, and I wish I had left it that way and tried this at a different time. Now here I'm just using a toothpick and I'm just swirling all the ink and the mica powder together in the resin. Honestly, the more I did, the worse it looked. I wish I'd just left well enough alone, but I didn't. I just wanted to experiment. And here I am taking a lighter and just lightly going over it to pop those bubbles before I put it under the UV light. And I did cure this for about 5 minutes total. Then once I have it cured under the light, I usually set it aside for at least 24 hours, sometimes 48, just to make sure that that resin hardens up completely before I start adding any embellishments or add the ribbon to it or anything. I just want it to be a good solid cure. Now here you can see all 4 of the ornaments. The green ones are the ones that I use the regular resin on, and the pink one's the one I use the UV resin on. I don't see much of a difference. I'm going to clean these with alcohol before I start putting the ribbons in it. Like I said, I just am not happy with the way they turned out completely. I do think they're very pretty, and I am going to put them on my tree, but I don't think they're good enough to give out as gifts right now. I'm going to tweak this a little bit. I've got some ideas to make it better for next year. These alcohol pads I get from the Dollar Tree, which used to be $1.25 for 100, and now they're $1.50, which I still think is a good deal. I use a lot of these in my crafts. So here I am just cleaning them off with alcohol and getting them all shined up. This is some ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree, the sheer green ribbon I'm going to use on the green and gold. And here's some pink and white that I got from Walmart. I ended up using the white ribbon on the pink ornament because, come to find out, that pink roll of ribbon is actually velvet ribbon, and I could not get it to go through the little hole on the ornament. It's beautiful ribbon, but I went ahead and used the white sheer ribbon on the pink ornament. Here's the final pink ornament. I used the resin all over the ornament. Like I said, it did turn out pretty. I really, really like it. I think it would look better with the pink sheer ribbon, and it probably needs some more embellishments. I don't hate it. I just really wish I had kept it the way it was before. And here are the green ornaments that I made with the green sheer ribbon. I really love the way these turned out. Leave a comment below if you have a better idea how to embellish these or improve these. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, I thank you for watching. Have a great week.